We're in the presence of greatness, and there's only one way to welcome a living legend. Team VIP. You're the energy. Team VIP. Team VIP. Regular. VIP. Regular. Can you make some noise for Bebe Cool? And you know, because he's a legend, when I say Bebe, you say cool. Now, Bebe. Bebe. No, some more energy, come on. When I say Bebe, you say. When I say Bebe, you say. When I say Bebe, you say. 20 years of greatness. We're breaking the chains right about now.
Yeah.
And it's only right that you came wearing a chain.
True.
Why are we not breaking that one? Yo, but let me tell you, you set the pace for a lot of artists in East Africa. From the days of Bashment's crew to, you know, just overly killing it in East Africa. One day you're in Tanzania, you're coming to Kenya, you're kind of doing the thing. How does it feel to be that great?
Well, I'm proud to be in this position, and I'm so proud to be East African, Ugandan. You know, it's a journey that surely began in Kenya. I lived in South Sea. I think I've been here before, over 20 years back.
Yo.
I hustled in Westlands, houses, blah, blah, blah. Everything every person is doing in the arts today in Kenya, I did.
You've already done it.
So it feels good that I'm back. And back with another album, a banger album, and this is also good for the young people to also know that you can make it anytime. It doesn't mean that along the way anybody can tell you, you feel things not moving and then you just let go. No, even at 50 or 60 you can make it.
You can still do it.
Yes,
absolutely. And before we talk about the album, because there's something that you've always done throughout your career, and that you've been able to work impressively with so many different artists. And there's something, I used to listen to a certain lyric, Mabeshto to Moja, when you were, with Red Sun and Chameleon. Tell me about that. We almost had a crew,
Yeah, with Red Sun and Chameleon, we did the first East African Bashment crew in Kenya here, where we used to perform, the three of us. We were given the opportunity. We found very big artists in Kenya here, the likes of Kalamashaka, Hudson, and so on, like Gidigidi Majimaji. So I think that's when the real East African intermingling within artists began. Because when we came here, then Tanzanian artists started to move to Uganda, to Kenya, and stuff like that. So we really enjoyed, and we can see what it is now. And that is why later on we met the East African Bashment crew, and that's why I encourage now, I'm encouraging artists to come back to that system. Go to Uganda, go to TZ, don't fear, come, because that's what we did to get somewhere. I mean, you're known in Kenya, Sasa, what are you doing here? You go to Uganda, do the same, make some collabos in there, because there's space for Kenyan artists in Uganda.
Absolutely. And you did it quite differently. Before we had showbiz and how we know it now, you had all the flashy cars, you could pull up in different ways. Do you think that we're doing showbiz justice right now? Because you started before we even saw the Tanzanian artists, Kenyan artists doing it.
Yeah, when I was in Nairobi here, it was subtle. Kenyan people are calm, artists
at that
friendly at that time. Do you think right now it's different?
Not calm.
Is there full competition type things are being done now by artists?
Yeah.
Laugh competition.
Yeah.
Because in Uganda, if you bought a hammer today, tomorrow I have to buy it. That's it. There's no way you're gonna build a house 1 month and then I just look at you.
For real?
Yeah, I gotta do the same thing the next day, because that's what the competition went to. So it became so, hard that even our fans were competing. But funny enough, as much as we were competing back then like that, still the people embraced the Kenyan artists,
absolutely,
the Tanzanian artists.
Absolutely.
and that's what made the East African type of televisions, radios now concentrate because of showbiz.
Yeah.
I think we need to have real showbiz.
You need to bring it back. You need to teach some of us how to do it because you are the OG.
Yeah. I mean, Nairobi, man, I'm gonna tell you, did you like showbiz? Yeah, you do. You're putting on chairs, man. You're out there showing some business.
Yeah, I know I could talk about the history for a long, long time, but now we are breaking the chains. You gave us 16 tracks, one album, absolutely reached the diversity and the kind of music that we got in the album was definitely breaking the chains. And while you were releasing the album on the 26th of April, you shared a certain post on your Instagram where you were talking about the launch of Breaking the Chains. And you were saying that this album marks a defining moment in your career as an artist because you're venturing into an evolving sound and blending so many different genres, including Afrobeat. Tell me about how that moment and how monumental it was for you because people knew you for a particular sound, but this is a whole different level.
Well, it's important that we all always notice or acknowledge the new trends in life. What is going on is real. I mean, the US has had genres hitting the whole globe, like rap, and then the UK has had the genres, West Africa. Africa, we never had a global sound before. So now we had Afrobeat take over. So the thing is, we kind of in the beginning as artists fell off because we're saying it's Nigerian, but you see we need that patriotism as Africans. We need to support each other.
We need
so imagine if all African artists jumped onto Afrobeat. I mean, everybody would be proud. So for me, I started to understand that I needed to accept. When someone is better than you, you're better off accepting and learning from them.
Wow.
I mean, this is business. What we're doing is business. We're not out to just have fun.
That's true.
So if the globe has accepted Afrobeat, then go do Afrobeat. You can see that the Kenyan young people are streaming Afrobeat.
Absolutely.
If you look at the top 100 Spotify songs, they're from West Africa.
True.
So maybe what these guys need to do is also see what the people are enjoying so that they can be streamed.
That is true.
So that's what I went into and said, you know what, let me join the table of men. That's the music being sold, that's the music being done, let me do that. But it all comes from the fact that it's a mindset, and we are chained somewhere. We are chained to believe, to only do what we know. We don't want to get away from that. So that's why I call the album Break the Chain, because I broke off.
Absolutely, and we love this version. If you come on, make some crazy noise and give a huge round of applause. A lot of people can talk about motivation as a fan favorite, but I'd like to say that my personal favorite is song number 3, Check featuring Joshua Baraka. Because we love him as a new generation, and that kind of vibe with you in it, totally different. Why did you decide on him on that particular track and nobody else?
I mean, look at what you're seeing here. This is the Joshua Baraka era, when I look at you guys. But the Joshua issue is, with people like me, there's a lot of experience and a lot from, you guys can learn. But at the same time, there's a lot that I can learn from you. So when we work together, then we both benefit. I bring Joshua into the millennials, and then Joshua takes me into the Jameses. And then we join together. Because the millennials were not going to easily accept Joshua because they still feel I'm the guy. But I bring him over and say, hey guys, listen to Joshua. And then Joshua goes to these guys and says, hey guys, listen to Bebe. So the song Check, it's definitely the favorite for you guys.
Most definitely. Now, just to sum up the album, because we have 16 tracks, I believe as an artist, there's a feeling that you wanted your fans to have while they were consuming each particular track. So we're going to do a quick fire. It's Break the Chains quick fire, whereby I'll mention the name of the track and you tell me the feeling you want someone to get when they're listening to the track. So are you ready? I'll mention them in random. All right.
Take energy.
Hidden agendas.
Take energy.
African Love featuring Yemi Alade.
laziness and love.
Okay. I don't know how love comes with laziness, but you
It
know.
does. I mean, sometimes the best love is when you don't put in energy.
It just comes naturally.
Exactly.
Hips don't lie.
That's definite. You got hips.
They don't lie.
Do hips lie?
They never lie, they're very,
What? You said that again?
they never lie, they're very beautiful.
That's it.
Oh my goodness, boy like me.
Yeah, everybody wants to be,
A boy like you.
the boy. So
Yeah.
you want to be a boy like me?
Uh-huh.
That's the boy.
Oh my goodness, body bounce.
Somebody got a body that can bounce over here? You got a body that can bounce?
Oh my goodness. And then let's finish with, wait, what are we waiting for?
There's that moment when at least you expect something to come to you. So you better have that patience in you and you wait. Yes.
Absolutely. I know I would be very selfish to keep you here because I have so much to learn.
Yes.
And I believe having you here and getting some time to get to interact with a living legend like you is something we don't take for granted. So we applaud you, we appreciate you, and we acknowledge and give you the flowers that you deserve for the great impact that you've had in the East African music industry and African music industry in general. So 10 over 10, let me hear you make some noise. And we're not going to leave you like that.
Really?
We need one last performance.
Okay.
And we're going to vibe with you. We've got the energy and we're finishing off with a bang. You've seen a concert. You have a headliner. So today you are our headliner. You get to close every single thing for
So
us
close it
today.
with a check.
Let's go.